How are you going to retake that bomb site? You literally can't. So as you said, if Shazam is having a good game and he's good at peeking B, you can just get that one kill towards the B bomb site and just win the entire round based off that one kill. So as you said, maybe random, maybe a little bit of an unorthodox match, but it is one of those where you have to be very, very careful with which peak you give up.
We're jumping into this one phase. It's do or die, sink or swim, and we're going to head over to Henry G and Sadakis to help us understand how this one plays out.
It's do or die, sink or swim for both teams. compLexity as well, and what a tournament they've had. 0-3 in pick'ems, not so fast. Energy got knocked out by them 2-0, and this first map in this series was a convincing win as well. This first shot of the pistol goes to nothing. Gonna try and overwhelm Rain and get it. Oh, a fantastic execution from mid as well by Depth. Get the momentum in their favor. This could be stunning.
This is very good from compLexity. They've got the backstab from Stat as well. He hits every single shot. It's a Dread now trying to salvage anything he can. If he gets a couple of kills, that's fine. He'll get an extra $600 now. He might get one more, but not quite. It's the CTs pushing through the smoke and offering themselves up to Jordan at the very start. They then Molotov towards the window and all hell breaks loose. It's Stan is waiting towards short, trying to get the backstab kills, and he absolutely nails it. compLexity 1, FaZe 0, as they are now on the T side of Dust 2. They're going to purchase up Scouts, AKs of course, Max 10 for Def, and there is going to be a force buy and response from FaZe here. Certainly capable of winning these sort of rounds, always tricky on Dust 2. Shazam looking for the gap shot right now, but he's going to be challenged, but he hits Olaf Meister as he crosses. 1-0. Brave to face long. He's so confident in his own ability. He's doing a fantastic job here. 2 kills come through. Remember, they've got armor as well. Those are significant frags.
Those are very significant. Good damage done still, you have to consider. And Olaf's going to capitalize on that. He'll take down Def. That'll give them a Mac 10 to work with. Rain, he takes down Ricky. Guardian's got Shazam. We mentioned that HP. They're absolutely picking apart compLexity. And Stan's going to have to cross over. Deep smoke down towards spawn. They'll add one at the top as well. He wants to push in. Mac 10 in hand to work with.
Well, the bomb's got to make its way up. So Stan's going to hold him towards CT spawn. Molotov is short just to allow them to confirm that area is clear. There's actually going to be presence towards long though. That's going to be Guardian coming in with the scout. Absolutely winnable here for them as Guardian hits another.
Stan with 25 is locked as well, and he's looking catwalk. He's on. It's too low to react. There's no time. Olaf for the Mac 10 at range. They're going to pull this back. And I was just about to bring up the point. Yanko in the interview said, the other maps, they put a lot of thought in. They're trying to get behind us. They're flanking us. Pistol round, after him saying, Dust, you can't do that, Stan did that. So I thought, all right, hang on, we're on for something. I don't know if they are going to be as comfortable, but that round proves otherwise, that they are back to 1-1 and they've got the advantage.
That's a 5-on-3 as well. That's going to be crushing for the morale of compLexity. Nothing gets 2 kills to kick things off. You think, oh, this is round done, no chance here. They could have played it smart. They could have just held the pit, gone round towards short and avoided the scouts, but they try to commit. And to be fair, it's not a bad call. They've got a huge advantage here. That shouldn't be happening. But all of a sudden, Guardian starts hitting absolutely everything with the scout. So much damage inflicted, and then Stan was stuck towards that CT spawn position. If he held towards the side, maybe got towards short, they might have stood a chance there. But he was isolated, bomb down, and it's going to be a force fight in response. They've got a couple of rifles here. The scout for Death, who seems to be their main scout player. Whenever there's a scout available, he seems to use them. We've seen him hit some crazy shots so far, so fair play. As 3 go towards long on the CT side, just granting the control to their anchor player. It's going to be a Dren for now, as his teammates fall back, as he feels a little bit more comfortable now. He's right up towards the doors. Drop the incendiary to confirm that the cave at least is clear. So what's remaining for the compLexity side? 3 smokes, 1 flashbang as they go for their default here. Just trying to obtain short first.
Shazam rounding the corner. It's Galil in hands. Trying to answer the call back to FaZe. Tough ask for him as well, just given the positioning. Sure, they've got one down below that's rotating back out. Rain could be caught on the ramp, but you have to remember Nico. Only one without a kill so far on the FaZe side. That's not to fault him. Just hasn't had the chance to contribute.
So you can see Rain drops that incendiary, not to do damage, but to allow him to get up towards the bomb site and be comfortable. Nico drops a smoke on top of it, and Shazam surely gets taken down here. He will indeed. Nice work from Nico. That'll push them back towards the B side of the map. The 2 players waiting there. Guardian with the AUG, joined by Olaf Meister. They have HEs and flashes here as they boost above the smoke there in the B tunnels. As long as they trade out kills here, FaZe should be fine. They've got nice angles, everything covered. Spray down.
And Olaf's there. Trading should be easy. They're not even going to get toward Guardian. He's already got the lineup for 2, and Olaf wants to get in position. I take it back, excuse me. Can't quite get there. It was a scout, and Def drops. It's Stan that will have to suffer the fact that it's a 5-on-1. Do now. He's gone after the time, and it's far too early in the game to have any money built up. He's got 0.
Absolutely true. Well, it's the first pick that comes in. I push towards that B side of the map, and you can see how comfortable this is. The double stack at the back of the site, both working off each other, delivering the pain. And it has to be the full eco now for compLexity. 2-1 in favor of FaZe on their CT side of Dust 2, trying to avoid elimination. No one thought it would get to 3 maps, to be fair. FaZe, though, after losing the pistol, bounce back and will find themselves a 3-1 scoreline. You can see them happy to push middle, but someone's calling them back. Rain, come back here, don't risk giving away that AK. Not worth. Sure, he probably sticks it. Incredibly talented, but if you give up that rifle to someone like Stanislaw, he can do unspeakable things with that weapon. They have a couple of smokes, a flashbang here. I assume they're waiting for the initial utility to come through, and they'll try their best to actually take long, push through the flames, and it's going to cost them a lot. Nothing does get a shot in return, and Adren could be in trouble here.
I thought he might get away with one. He might walk out and they get the crossfire. He does. What a spectacular sequence. Oh, he follows it with style as well. Second shot midair. Adren, welcome to FaZe. 4 kills, 3-1.
Really well held. You can see there's a lot going on there. Haven't seen much from him this series, but that's a lovely display of skill. Timeout called. This is going to be by compLexity. They don't really have enough cash still. No bomb plants in the last couple of rounds. Ricky, $2,400. Stanislaw, same story, I'm afraid, because he lost that last round after the time had expired. Got $0 for it, so I feel like they have to take another eco, or at least a partial buy here, after losing 3 rounds in a row. This is much more promising for FaZe. compLexity are great when they have the advantage, they have the momentum. Stanislaw knows exactly how to exploit it. But now they're in recovery mode. PZ-50s, Deagles only, no armor. Very basic utility. The one smoke maybe goes to Xbox to try and flash towards the A site and see if they can get a bomb down towards short. Should be another round on the board for FaZe here. Smoke has been deployed. I assume at Xbox, indeed it has. They can either go through mid doors or rush short. They can do both as well with those things.
Yeah, I was going to say they're already out in one facet of that approach. Rain's cut that off. He's going to get the shot back. Nico at car. He's got the shot to Shazam, the AWP, and he'll line up for more at quad. Partial vision. Complete shot. Success so far in the round, and he's got another Nico. He's been slow in this event, there's been no doubt about that. People criticizing the fact that he's still in-game leading. Personally speaking, I think since he's not been on the levels that we've come to know from him, but that's more like it.
Well, you have to think as well, they lost Carrigan, and he wasn't the in-game leader for a few months before his departure. Nico has been at the reins for a while now, and that's seemingly where things started to go wrong for them. Adren was brought in, but he has got in-game leader experience. Remember, that was in a very disorganized Gambit when they were changing in-game leader every couple of weeks or so. So it is still Nico calling for now. Whether this roster will stay as this 5 is yet to be seen. That's a conversation for after the major, perhaps. As the sniper shot from Shazam won't connect. He has been very good on Dust 2 at actually doing damage as players cross. 4 players towards long, trying to make sure they can combat any long spawns there, and it's going to be Adren left alone again. Good smoke. Buys himself enough time just to turtle up and feel comfortable.
Dumpster hold for the push through.
Bomb mat outside the B tunnels right now. I would suggest they're getting ready for a B split here. They go through a default and make sure the CTs don't have control of short. Make sure that they actually take some damage, work the picks, no orbs. Getting full information here, so Def presumably flashed in and will peek. Molotov will go around first.
Renegades yesterday showed some very crafty T strategies. We saw the return of a drop to CT split B. similar but different to what Stan tried to do in the pistol round by getting behind them, but came off catwalk inside of the smoke. We'll see if maybe compLexity's got something similar to work with. Stan's known for being rather ingenious at times.
Well, he's dropped the smoke towards CT.
Smokes on B are interesting though at the tunnel because Olaf's inside of the closet. Guardian. He's behind. He's on the box. They flash. Tight smoke. Shazam hits it. Def knew exactly where to look next. Great play from compLexity, and they own the B site. Stands out in middle, holding the wall. They can't even get out of CT safely. Not without at least being stalled. I use the word stalled. Slow it down. If they don't win the fight, it buys time for the bomb at the very least.
Well, it's going to be around compLexity, whatever happens there. Dren won't expect Ricky at the T-spawn ramp as he was looking for exit kills there, but that's a lovely strategy. So Stanislaw drops the smoke on short. That blocks vision, of course. He throws a flash over as well, just as they get ready to end towards B. He can guarantee there'll be at least 2 players on the A side at that point, and then he drops down, manages to get the backstab kills in there, out the mid doors. Great entries from Ricky, Shazam, and Def. Actually, Ricky and T-spawn. It's Shazam and Def who managed to do most of the cracks towards the B-bomb site. Nico's going to save the AWP. Rain will save his AK. Money's certainly not an issue for FaZe right now. 4 players alive for compLexity. Buys them a bit of breathing room. Shazam holds onto his AWP. 1 and 4 right now. Has had a great tournament individually. As the double AWP setup comes out for the first time, FaZe will have Nico and Guardian at the helm of the AWPs. Incredibly dangerous and potent combination as we enter round number 7 here. compLexity needs to avoid the reset. Start building up some momentum here. Stanislaw makes his way quickly towards middle. Shazam protecting him. And his teammates once again leaving the bomb outside B. Seems to be a common occurrence for them. Anyone goes down, if a CT push does come in, if they kill that player, they won't see the bomb. They won't know it's outside. That's why they leave it on the ground with a player just babysitting it like nothing.
Stan jumps up. Heads over top of the Xbox and onto the Cat. Wait to see if anyone's going to push back down aggressively. Pretty unlikely that they will. So we've already pointed out the 2 in CT. 2 on A, 1 alone on B, but that one is Guardian and he has an op. The strength of 10 men at times with that AWP.
Absolutely. Very slow approach, compLexity here. Setting up the mid-split smokes. See Olaf Meister in his position we discussed before. He can look over the smokes now. We're not feeling it's going to work out for him.
This is actually a very smart way to approach it as well, because that secondary smoke, we talk about this, it's to negate vision from the window, and oftentimes you want to split CT. So if he plays on the box and they go close wall and go under him, he's actually open. Unfortunately for him, they're not going anywhere.
This is a fade towards A.
Guardian's already figured that out because he's got the bomb. Got 2. Def does respawn, but Olaf's already rotated up, and he's got support from Rain, so it's not like they can push through mid and catch off his position. Def's got to wait. Molotov down. Olaf forced off the angle. That should... Otherwise, they should. There we go. Second Molotov. I was going to say, allow the bomb plant, and they'll get it down now in the hands of Def. Okay, he'll watch the window. They'll go for this absolutely on the FaZe side. 4-2 currently, and they're up 4-3 in the round. Dren going for the flank in tunnels. No entrance yet outside of the site. Nico even waiting back towards spawn to support it. They're going to burn one alive, force out Ricky. Def's still waiting, but again, they've got to watch for tunnels. He gets a lineup, both together. Now a chance. A 1-on-2, but Nico's too quick with the AWP.
He thought he confirmed the window position at that point. 2 coming through suggests the next will be coming through the door. Nico reads it well, though. Anticipates that mindset and goes for the window. Nails the shot. Def, great attempt, but not enough to win the round. It's going to be 5-2 in favor of FaZe on their CT side here. They're looking much more convincing now. It's been a long, agonizing affair for them. Really couldn't get going on cash. But look like they're really in charge of this half on Dust 2. 5-2, and money's still there. Bomb planted. Does allow Shazam to bring out the AWP once again. Oh, he said so good at getting damage when they cross. This time a little bit too late to even get the chance. And no bomb outside B this time. I think this will be the long take. They tried to fake it before with 2 smokes to the long corner just before they entered B. But at that point, they weren't with the teammates. They were going to go for the door. Everyone had been dropped. Def looking to open things up again. It's a Dren solo, but flashes coming in from his teammates.
Def. Entrance is resounding, and Stan times it to perfection. Goes through the Molotov that was designed by Rain to hopefully secure his position. Nifty little drop flash. Smoke that perfectly placed. Even watched it to admire his work. distracted Stan as he covers off CT. But that Molotov was not enough. Stan pushed through. He knew the rotation had to go back out toward long, and he perfectly timed it. So Olaf alone, 5-3, the score now for compLexity. I say alone, not in the rounds. Certainly still has Guardian up on the AWP, but he was alone in B. They'll get together and hold toward T-spawn. Not really enough money to justify chasing on the compLexity side.
Certainly not. They need all 5 to survive at this stage. There's still cash over phases. Even if you do find his last 2 kills, sure, that would be amazing, but you're going to lose a couple of kills in the process. They're too tucked in towards the B side of the map. Right there in T-spawn. Very difficult angle to take them out of, especially, you know, Guardian's alive and he's got the AWP in hand. Great round though. compLexity keep it clean. Taking long this time and focusing on the fact that Adren is alone in that position. They take down his teammate first, isolate him in the pit. Nothing could be done at that stage as we enter round 9 now. Money's still there for FaZe. They go back into the double orb setup. Starting to be whittled down slowly but surely, but they keep saving weapons here. Guardian will drop an AUG to Adren. They're all hovering around 2k now. In terms of rounds, lost just the 1 in a row, so they'll be on second stage lost bonus to lose that. They'll have 1 more buy after this. Shazam goes to the long pick. Not the best spawn. Will he actually go in time? Absolutely.
Yep, down goes Adren. So they're left with 2 rifles, one of which is an AUG. That's Olaf. No surprise to see an M4 still in the round, but double op setup.
It's such a risk to try and throw the incendiary and dry like that. You can smoke it from the car, flash over from a teammate, then go for that nade, but he took a risk and he was punished for it.
Absolutely so. Depth already working up on the catwalk as well. Bomb still waits out at long. Rain has the off angle. Same place we saw Adren in the phenomenal 4K. Trade out, Nico's gone. That's the op down. 1 of 2. Guardian passes at mid. There's no smoke at mid right now either. So Flash will put him off the aim for now, but not enough. He goes back out. Def is found.
3 versus 3. Rain alone towards long. 2 players heading his direction. If he gets traded out here, this could be a nice.
Stan's onto something though. He knows they just killed 1 on Cat, so he's gone back out. Stan, he's got the first kill on Guardian. That's going to completely discourage Olaf from trying to go through. He wants to chase it. And Stan doesn't know that there's a second. This could actually change the round because he gets control of catwalk. He can actually catch the bomb in transition. They've thrown it across, expecting that Stan would rotate around. Ricky now has an op to go against Olaf. Stan had everything right, except he didn't count for 2 to be in 1 position. Nade won't make it. And Olaf will back away. Rotate around through CT, AUG in hand. And this will close the distance. He's no longer walking up from the catwalk position to go against an op, which has the linear perspective. He's now going to get on top of the site. And Ricky in the AWP is going to be forced to hit a rather stellar shot. He saw him. He jumped. They both see each other. Jumps again, and Ricky will hit a stellar shot. That's why you want him on the AWP. And another round for compLexity.
He always gets excited when the AWP goes down. He picks it up, and he always delivers with it as well. He was the former AWP of Team Immunity and Rogue for that matter, but came into this team as a rifler. We haven't seen him light up the scoreboard, but he still definitely is capable with that sniper rifle. Stanislaw, you're absolutely right. The awareness to check towards middle and find Guardian rotating is absolutely massive. Now, compLexity have a bit of an advantage here. They're still 5-4 down, but the money has got to breaking point. It looks like FaZe will take just a partial buy here. There's nothing to worry about just yet. They've got around $3,500 per player. They can afford a little bit of investment here as a loss bonus racks up. compLexity, though, will bring out MAC-10s, the perfect weapons to deal with this sort of situation. You'd have players with helmets, some pistols, and potential stacks on the other side as well. All to play for now, the 3rd and final map. Whoever loses this one's going home. If it's FaZe, there's so many storylines there, how it would be significant, mainly because we expect so much of them. This organization's been involved in CSGO around 2 years now. Always strive for perfection. As the B rush comes in, looks like it'll be successful.
He wasn't ready. The nade stack still gets 1, so this gives Guardian a chance. He's tagged Stan, remember, round 2. Scouts did so much damage they were able. This is creative. Death over top of the wall. And then through the smoke on top of the scaffolding. Just trying to find a man hiding inside smoke. Nico's down 5-5. Now we're seeing compLexity's T side go to work.
Yeah. Like we said, Dust 2, you don't need anything too flashy. They've got their homework done. We heard it from Stan in the interview. They've just focused on their fundamentals, keeping it simple, providing frags, covering fire, trades. And so far, so good. Stanislaw at the very top, as usual, 10 kills for him, 7 deaths. Always so impactful. Always like 2 steps ahead of his opposition. He's always in the back lines, always causing chaos. As nothing will go for the long spawn this time. Dren has been struggling the last couple of rounds. This time he'll just concede and give it up. Rain will find the first. That's going to be Stan dropped, and they have the advantage for now. But long control granted. They can get an AWP in that position now and go back towards shore. Still possible to win this round. They're actually setting the bomb and a rifle, hugging the wall with Shazam covering them. Look at timing.
Not just timing. Nico's gonna have problems. They're all over him. He still manages to get one. Peeks the tight angle as they cross. And due to Rain getting a kill beforehand, they're now in a very healthy position because everyone up close is removed and they've got the distance back on their side. With the AWP going to work in the hands of Nico, Ricky drops as well. Shazam in a 1-on-5 situation. And this is FaZe back in the lead by 1. Crafty little shot from Shazam.
Yeah, not bad. Luckily for compLexity, they do have a lot of cash built up after finding 3 rounds in a row. Convincing ones of that. Nico showing us why he's the secondary AWPer of FaZe now. Man's absolutely everything. So confident in his ability. Yanka's pretty happy with that as well, it seems. Top AWP setup still alive, but the money pretty low on either side now. Whoever wins this will carry the momentum towards the end of the half. Boosted towards shore. They actually looking towards lower B. Courtesy of Rain, they absolutely will. Nico jumps on his head. Oh, they're not feeling that safe though. Stanislaw pushes them off it. And Nico holds though.
Nothing has been waiting outside the B tunnels quite often. He'll do the same again now.
So when they're going for those B splits, that's when nothing has the bomb. It's towards long this time. And the CTs are pushing in towards the tunnels. That's going to be Guardian. He's holding it with the AWP right now.
Ricky misses the scope. He may not have the AWP, but he's got the Krieg this time. Flash in for Nico. From Nico, and it's perfect, but not enough on it. He will follow it. He will follow it all the way around. But Shazam does get one shot back on the AWP. In fact, Shadow showing. He was fortunate to find that kill. Secondary flash, but Nico's not close enough to do anything on it. It will just slow down the progress yet again from compLexity.
Now, those are the kind of plays FaZe wanted to happen on Cash, and didn't really find much success of it. That couldn't have gone better, really. Rain not really displaying his usual aim at that point, but still had, what, 3 seconds, everyone's blind. Managed to get 2.5. Shazam's down at 35, so that's absolutely fine. They'll take that. 30 seconds remain. It's nothing. They has to try and make the hero play towards middle. Smokes the left-hand side to protect himself from window as he checks out CT spawn. He'll be ready to assist his teammates who make their way up short now.
Shazam looking again toward the smoke. Won't be able to spot anyone this time. Forced off the car. They've at least got access.
There's no one on the side.
And that smoke gives them the ability to round a quad and get the plant down as well. Nothing knows that they've vacated the premises down toward the pit. He got there. Oh my, that was so fortunate. He was spotted from CT, flashed in. Now they may consider that because they know he was up close at CT angle, and Guardian got that information. It could have been promising, but not since they knew, and Nico knows where Shazam is on the boxes. Ricky with one on the Krieg. Forced off though. Bomb is just sitting up on the site. That changes things. Good shot on Nico, but again, Bomb is just sitting on the site, and Olaf, he needs a jump shot. He's gonna be on it. He misses to the right. He misses to the left. Round is done. He'll get the kill, but it's too little too late.
Great attempt there from Ricky. It can be such a frustrating position. If your teammates drop unexpectedly, you're left in a nightmare scenario. You have to just go for the jump kill. Sometimes it works out first time, and as demonstrated, it can be the third. He does significant damage, taking him down to 10, but the defuse came in. Ricky, this shot here, remarkable scenes. Could have been enough. If he pulled that off, they could actually end up winning the half, but they still have enough to buy here. AKs, orbs, UMP for Stan. And they'll be focusing toward lower. Could go for a booster to see if that's going to be the option for the CTs once again. Nice smoke towards the B tunnels. Gives up the fact there's an orb there.
Oh my goodness.
Loving it.
I would have thought the flash came over it and then the Molotov down toward the box, but not if that happens. Now the Molotov will. This is exactly what you would have expected sooner. It's still turning. It's still being all right for compLexity. 2 inside of the site. First kill through the smoke. But the answers are resounding and the site is open. Bomb is planted. FaZe are backing off of it as well. The money after the last round was so tight. compLexity are going to bring this back to 7-6. We're certainly in a situation where this game is wide open.
I think so.
Nico's going to have a free one. Def down, was hoping they were going to walk in from lower tunnels.
Made sure he got it right in the spine there.
Yeah,
Confirmed the kill.
precision is key.
Well, 2 players now. Both with orbs on the T side. We discussed this earlier. Dust 2 is probably one of the only maps where you can make it work, but it's certainly not ideal. Stan will throw that away. Round is theirs. Somehow lost the first kill, but then their Molotov usage towards the platform doubled down with the flashbangs as well. Gives them a couple of kills and they run away with it. 7-6. Money actually very low on the FaZe side. compLexity might be able to steal away a half victory after all. It's Nico who saves an orb. Adren with the AUG. And will they call the timeout here? They absolutely will. So Yanko chiming in at this stage. $1,800 for 3 players. That's Rain, Guardian, and Orvmeister. Nico and Adren cannot drop. So what's the call here? Is Yanko going to say, you should force this, Nico can carry the round? That seems to be the state of affairs. They've got 2 rifles. They wouldn't have enough next round anyways. They might as well go for it. So 3 CZs, an AUG, and an AWP. That actually sounds pretty dangerous. It is all added up in the hands of FaZe. Timeout comes to an end.
FaZe fans in our Legend stage audience. Technically a group stage. So, it's also the first time we've had a group stage audience.
A lot of firsts here.
I remember my first time like it was yesterday. Smoke down, they'll cross. Shazam won't see that. Def's already inside of the tunnels, but he won't be able to do anything with that information. Again, it's nothing waiting on the default. He'll hold off, but Def,
God.
That's more aggressive. Lower tunnels quickly, and Nico's gone already.
He is a beast with the AK-47. Give him an opportunity. 9 times out of 10, he's going to hit it.
Molotov bounced off. That'll clear the close angles, but they're still not going to commit to the push yet. 3 players in mid as well right now from FaZe. They know if he was that fast to find the first kill, there's a chance, especially with the Molotov thrown, that they just want to rush through, bombard the CTs. And Olaf's taking the same position that they thought was clear. Smoke went down to extinguish it. He snuck in. He could be a problem, especially if Adren's there to take away the aggression. Double smoke down. The last time they did this, they faked. They didn't actually use them.
Now they need to use his man advantage to its maximum potential. They cannot just walk through the mid doors with 1 player and hope that's called a luck and it'll work out. Just focus on the trades now. They said they're going to be looking towards the fundamentals here, and this is one of them. 5-on-4 against pistols especially, and that's beautiful. You've got Ricky boosted up in the long doors there, waiting for a reaction from the CTs. You never check that spot if you're pushing in the CT side. It's so rare, but this time it works out perfectly. Shots fired towards middle. Adren connects. Goes down to 41 HP, and Def trying to capitalize upon that. The B side is open, however. And then Adren does have a slight chance of getting a kill here, but more than likely Def will take him down, or the AWP will. Be careful, Ricky.
Adren does a ton of damage onto nothing, and Shazam's already low, so bomb going in. Wait for the boost, perhaps. Ricky taking out Olaf is going to make things very problematic, though, because now they can't rely on tunnels to poke and prod at the site. Instead, it's Ricky that can go around and flank them in return. So Guardian's just trying to save the op. He'll find Def, but it's a tie game. 7-7. compLexity are not giving up easily. They will not roll over in this series. And this is it. This map determines who's gone, who's knocked out in the round of 16.
If they Molotov the side now, they've got him. Or they just do that. Ricky, some great shots from him on Dust 2.
4 kills that round.
Yeah, excellent, excellent work. And that should be enough to actually find the half victory here. 8-7 is on the cards for compLexity, and the third and final map. It's going to be a mixture of scouts and CZs, but remember that second round, FaZe can make this work. Needs to be incredibly careful here. There's no extra cash for compLexity to throw in any spicy extra guns in the last round and go for the spam on the mid doors. It's very default manner. Shazam at the long spot. He's going for it. Tries to jump around the corner. Molotov lands at his feet. They will have to fall back. It's 1 tick of damage though. Hold off a bit more than that. Eats the grenade down to 35 HP.
Def with the smoke in front. Stan. Didn't quite get the option or the opportunity to get the shot back a bit, but they put Shazam toward the top of the barrels instead. Nothing's rotated back over. Adren, Nico. Both up above. Not only that, Rain's in a position to get flashed in. We saw this last time with an AK. He found 2 kills and massive damage onto Shazam. Can he do the same with a CZ? Not to mention, Adren's gone there. They know they've been using the catwalk position. He's got his back turned. If they go in straight and find Rain, it's going to make things hard for Adren. Dodges the flash, though. Very well done to dodge the flash. And gets put in himself. He's got 2. A third. It's Nico that got it over his shoulder. Shazam's in recovery mode, but Death. He's got the shot onto Olaf at least. And now Guardian has to pedal himself back to the opposing side of the map. He takes the option to go to PlayStation. Instead, he's actually going to bypass Xbox altogether and go out toward long. Bomb will be planted. compLexity. They now hold the site. They've got an AWP.
It's Guardian on the scouts. No grenades, 46 HP. If he wins this, he's an absolute god. Misses the first shot, and it will be compLexity closing out the half. 8 rounds to 7. One more half, and they can knock FaZe out of the tournament. Right now, they have the advantage. It's FaZe who are on the back foot. They look so good at the beginning. Here's some highlights from Adren. But overall, compLexity take the half, and will they do the unthinkable and knock out one of the favorites of the tournament before we even get to the round of 8? You're going to have to find out after this break.
No matter what happens now, you can't deny that compLexity have impressed at this event, bringing in a short-term player in the form of Nothing, who's just there as a temporary fix. Having no expectations, they knock out Energy 2-0. They've got the lead right now in the last half of this entire series against FaZe Clan, and they might be sending one of the world's best packing.
It's an exciting prospect. Could be one of the most significant upsets in a major in a long time. We'll see Rain fend off this short push. No damage done. It's Def who has control of that position for now. Olofmeister out along. 3 players behind him. Bombs there as well in the pits. They have a smoke for Cross, and Stanislaw trying to make this work. He's in towards the car. My God, is he doing absolute work there. 2 kills come in, and he's still alive, and he wants more.
He does. He's looking for it. be at that range can certainly be prominent, but it's Nico that's gotten Ricky. So he's got to be careful now because he doesn't have as much support. Shazam, Def still on the site. They can start to poke, but only if they commit around the corner. So really, at this point, Stan just wants to force them to do so, force them to round off. Def gets one. They might just back it away. They might just give up on it altogether.
3 versus 2. Guardian and Dren have been tagged by Stan as well. They're both hovering around 50 HP. They have a flash and Glocks. That's about it. It will be nothing to head towards lower. He's watching for that T-spawn flank, confirming that no one's there for now. Stan holding middle. Did he spot that player? Looks like he might have done. Oh, another shot lands. Guardian extremely low now. One more bullet will do it to him. Stan needs to be careful though. That's not the bomb site. Nothing in lower B. Could close this one out. Spots him. That's the kill. Bomb down. 25 seconds here. Should be around complexity to take the scoreline 9-7. Dren caught up. 20 seconds remaining. There it is. Stanislaw with an absolutely epic round there. Holding towards Carr. Not nervous, not shaky. Just nails the shots. 3 in total. He did damage to the other 2 as well. So much impact this tournament. He continues to just show perfection as he holds the car. And then manages to close out the round with nothing as well. Very well read, good positioning. Never a doubt in my mind in that 3 versus 2 they were going to give it up.
Exactly what complexity wanted to start off the half. They now have the momentum on their side. It was an eco response in the first half. Remember, they won both pistols now, but they didn't convert it.
I like this from Def.
Very good. Perfect lineup too. Knows there's a third. He needs to be careful. Get away with the reload. He'll be pinched in from mid as well. He's aware of it. Bomb for a moment, just make things a little awkward, a little bit uncomfortable. They can push up on Catwalk as well and try and really lock them in. Nothing will do the same. Long, good play from Shazam. Guardian was pursuing, and all 5 stay alive. This time they will convert.
So now they know the AKs are coming out. Do they want to upgrade any of the weapons they currently have? They have an MP9 for Def, who just got 3 kills with the weapon. He's got lots of cash left over. Or they could go for a more aggressive approach here, send in a couple of players to push up a B, try and smoke out middle and get a player in lower. It's Guardian on the scout. The rest of the FaZe clan do have AK-47s. complexity don't upgrade a thing. They're focusing on the bigger picture, having cash as they go forward. The analyst talked about how significant the utility is on the CT side. There's a player towards lower. Def trying to get in that position once again. Olofmeister seems to be aware of it. Does he get any backup? If Def can call on his teammates to push up a B as he challenges, that could be everything. Olofmeister not feeling it though. And where there's a potential of a CT in towards lower, so decides to fall back and hold T-spawn. FaZe, however, will take 4 players outside long. Stan surely can't get more than 1 here.
Dren gets stand down. Shazam does ready himself with a nade in case they were trying to rush through. Def, good response. Second time they've gotten good effect in lower tunnels. Second time with an MP9 to note as well as Shazam. Flirting with it, playing with fire. You're right, they knew the AKs were coming this time, so the early kill on the MP9. Shazam's fallen off the site. He's actually given it up. Elevator position for the scout. It's not quite the same scout it used to be for jumping. Ricky, only for 1. Elevator spotted, bring down. Should be the round, because Shazam's got to back away, so we go 10-8, but there's still just enough money on the CT side, notably for Def, 5,800 after finding those kills on the MP9 so many times.
Not going to try and win this round, but any kills he finds will affect the game further down the line. There's going to be reset potential. This wasn't a gun round for complexity. This is what we'd call a bonus round these days. Taking all that lesser weaponry into this round, there's a chance you can win it. If you do, fantastic. If you don't, you have a chance to respond it. Def is 7,200. I think they'll take a partial here and just buy up next round. They still have the lead for now. It will be 10-8 to complexity on their CT side. But I think they'll just take PT50s here. Maybe 1 smoke for the mid doors. Def purchases that, so they'll be thrown towards middle. They'll probably go for a stack, maybe B or long. Complexity on the timeout. Just discuss their options here.
Yeah, and
imagine it's more about next round than this one.
Yeah, Def's already gone for just utility on the deagle, so that indicates to me they are going to sit back and give away 1 more. They still have the lead in doing so. They'll stay at 10-9.
The fact they get 2 AGs suggests they're just going to smoke middle, double nade long. Hopefully it's a long approach from FaZe and they'll potentially steal a kill away on a rifle, but it's very little chance that they'll actually pull this one off. A few kills would be great. Be able to give this one away. Ricky gets some Kevlar and a PT50 and a kit.
Yeah.
So a slight glimmer of hope there.
this is the better call. You can have a full buy. You don't put any risk on the line, and you get broken now. You're only on 10 rounds. CT side's harder to get back into because that economy. Yanko's saying it's quite utility-based. Good explosion through the door long. It is just pistols to go against, but effective nonetheless as Olaf and Adren each find a kill. Rotating back in, though, they'll get stand toward the top of the CT ramp. Look at Ricky. If he catches Guardian right now, it probably won't amount to the round just because they don't have the guns to convert it, but he can get the bomb. Rain spotted him. Now Guardian should know. Rain made the call. Guardian's now readying himself for it. I say that. It was awkward. Very awkward. Guardian getting it with the Glock.
Well, they were the nades long. They did damage there, but it looks like nothing will be stuck in a 1 versus 5. 10-9. Pretty much guaranteed at this stage. They've got the bomb and T-spawn for now, and you can see how much this round means to FaZe. They're not making any mistakes here. Not going to take any chances. Still a minute remaining. And there's Nico, who's holding long right now. Doesn't want to fully commit to this, and make sure he clears everything out. He's confirmed car is clear. And now the ace side, but nothing's waiting there. Catches someone on the cross, and that will do it. 1 kill. It's already more than he was worth, so we'll take it. But this is where the game really begins now. First gun round in the second half. compLexity, they are currently 10-9 up. Orbs will certainly be purchased here. Shazam gets his out first. He's only got 9 kills so far. He has been very, very good so far in the tournament. Want to see a bit more from him. Dust to CT Orping suits him perfectly. Just a single orb. 3 orgs as well. Stan staying on the M4. Smoke on the long corner. Nico could send Rain out here.
He's out indeed. Smoke's already down. Flash, maybe now he pushes it. He knows they're there. They've already got the opening kill as well. Adren got Shazam. How is that mid?
Yep.
Nothing's up against this, though. Rain's in one smoke, nothing's in the other. If Rain thinks they're clear, nothing can foil the whole plan. He's turned around and realized it. They sneak through. He couldn't get both. If he had gone behind the door, he might have had a chance at it, but he had no idea where he was standing and what was going on. Problem is, they've also lost Ricky now. So it looks like FaZe are going to tie this game. Stan's got to make a call, and the call should be for Def to try and save the AWP if possible.
4 versus 1. Def recovers the AWP. In terms of that loss bonus, it's going to be a 3rd stage after this. Almost no chance he saves the orb. He's currently stuck in CT spawn. Olaf Meister on the hunt as the bomb comes through T-spawn to get planted. Not the best position to save a weapon, this. Olaf's going to find him. Def might be able to get the kill, but once he does, I know exactly where he is. And Olaf takes him down. Clear with the knife. Lovely stuff.
Up gone, money raised. FaZe look to be in control now, despite compLexity winning and converting the pistol. There we go. There's our legend stage crowd.
The FaZe corner.
I want to go hang out with them.
There's Olaf cashing in. $1,500 for a knife kill. It's not all about humiliation. 10-10. It's all tied up. Everything on the line for FaZe here. And a full eco for compLexity. They'll smoke middle and send 3 players across, but it looks like they want to actually push through. Taking vision away from Guardian now. They can actually try and challenge towards top of middle, but Rain just plucking them off 1 by 1. It's a 5 versus 3 very early into the round.
If Rain didn't, Guardian might have. Nico instead, though, gets nothing. Stan tagged and removed. Just Ricky left. I don't know what that song is, but I like it. Ricky back to his traditional.
Hit him.
He did, you're right, from that range. But nonetheless, it's now 11-10 in favor of FaZe. Gun's going to come back out for compLexity. That's going to put them in a pretty precarious position because they have to almost win this round just to stay relevant in this game. Otherwise, FaZe go to 12 and they're back to no money yet again. It starts to spiral. You can't give FaZe a lead late, not a team of this caliber.
You're absolutely right. They need clean rounds as well. One-on-one victories probably won't do it. Look at the cash build up for FaZe now. They've got tons of it. Guardian does spot one late crossing towards B. And they can go for this fast mid approach again. The incendiary thrown at the perfect time will slow them right down. Shazam looking for anyone jumping up towards short. They'll flash over towards middle. CT is not challenging that position anymore. They hold towards B doors and CT spawn.
Shazam with the tight angle. They're working toward him. They're going to come from the right, not the left. playing an angle, it was just pretty much clicking, it would have been done, but he couldn't react fast enough. Nico's got the shot back onto Ricky. It's 2 for the price of 1. Discount day. Stan needs to get aggressive to make sure he can close in on it and make this a level situation once more. He'll get Nico. Once more. He doesn't know this. He does not know that Olaf is in lower target, so he's giving himself up on a platter. Nothing removed by a Dren.
Great shot. FaZe showing that individual brilliance now. They really have warmed up into this third map. Every shot's landing. This is more like it from them. Like we said, plenty of cash available to them. If compLexity are getting down to Anika, it's going to take 3 rounds in a row at least. Bombs down, 0 chance of Def winning this. Going to try and hold the AUG. Maximum loss bonus after this, but that doesn't necessarily do much on the CD side. Still need a partial buy before they can invest into the next round. And Def looks like he'll almost certainly be going down.
Yeah. He's looked back in time. Doesn't make his life easier by missing a few, but at the very least, it's getting desperate, as we say. And they're all over him. They're still chasing him down. Bomb will detonate on the A site. Def looking at the window, expecting the second player, and Adren takes the opportunity to just look in and find him standing in the open.
Now they can afford to take those risks. They've got tons of money here. Usually if you've got like $2,000, you just let them live, but they've got enough now just to close this out, even with a few mistakes thrown in. So like we said, compLexity will go for a partial buy. They can feel this one slipping away now. As FaZe look unstoppable in the individual duels. Adren especially. Some of the shots he's hitting with the AK are spectacular. And Adren's got the long spawn as well. You might want to keep it on him. He's going to take it and try and open things up.
Dren's going for it. Dren's on the AK. He'll slow up. Probably wise. Nades were in position as well. He would have comped a lot of damage before the pistol even was lined and ready. It would have been just body shots required at that point if he walked in today. Ricky takes it to him. And the gun, I think it got shot backwards. It's outside of the door. I thought it fell forward enough, but Rain's going to watch it and guard it anyway. Speaking of Guardian will stay in T-spawn to make sure the cross is covered. They know the rotation, they'll know the positioning, but still the advantage to compLexity by 1.
Rain just disposing of the AK there, making sure no CTs can grab that.
Means he can rotate off the position now too and not have to worry about it. So just getting rid of it, not only does it deny its compLexity, it gives him the freedom of mind to start to execute considering they're a man down.
So still on 5-on-4. It's still a massive advantage for FaZe. You can see them actually challenging positions with such conviction. Nico's got no problem finding this first kill. Does he get traded out? Stanislaw doesn't even think about it.
Back around again for Nico. Work his way on a catwalk with the AK-47 in hand. Shazam, Ricky, the only two on the A site right now. Stan and Def already inside mid. They've got a suspicion as to the fact that it's going to go back over toward A. Nico's waiting for Stan. He goes toward Xbox. And Shazam forced out, but blinded out. Nico and Rain getting kills. His only chance was to surprise them on the drop. That won't happen. Def at least gets the information, but Def's gone now too.
Really beautiful execution there from FaZe. You can see their hard work really coming into full effect at this point. So many smokes down, Molotov on the side, flashes over. You don't even have an opportunity to face them really, especially with no utility of your own. Double AWP setup brought out on the CT side. It's getting to a really scary scoreline for them now. FaZe 13, compLexity 10. Their CT side needs to come alive now. Rain not even going to have to open things up along as Guardian through the door that takes Stan down. They've got an early advantage once again. You don't really have to do much of this. You can just hold up, but they're going to challenge towards long. Rain waiting for the flash to go through. Player in towards Pip. So many terrorists towards this position, but Ricky's ready.
He is certainly trying to use utility to keep himself in relevance in the pit. It's also bought him some time. For nothing to get closer. Shazam there now as well, but all the eggs in one basket. Def's the only one that's anywhere else on the map. Nothing's starting to back off, and the bomb already over toward B. Def gone. Now they realize they've got a problem. Olaf as well can push Cat. He can catch them transitioning into CT. This is a round. FaZe should and absolutely, I'm going to say will convert this. Hard to call them before it's done if Jordan can get there in time, but Olaf's being a problem. He's actually encouraged Ricky and Shazam to stay at the A site.
Well, it's back open now, though. Sure, they've got B, but it's a 3 versus 2. compLexity need this.
Okay.
That's going to help. Through the door, the bomb goes down. Guardian can't trade.
This is why I don't normally call rounds. I'm instantly wrong. I've cursed you. That's brilliant from nothing to get the 1 kill required to open it back up. I thought Olaf had done enough to just walk in and plant, but he got him. He caught him out. And compLexity get to 11.
They absolutely do. A lot more to do at this stage, though, because, as we keep mentioning, FaZe have got masses of money at this stage. You've got Olaf Meister with around $12,000. Even after the full investment of everything they need, everyone's knocking on the door of 10k. Guardian opened things up, but it was compLexity to send them packing in round of previous. It's going to be now the tactical timeout as we come to the closing sectors now of this third deciding map of the elimination game. FaZe have looked pretty unstoppable so far on their T side, but compLexity do find a convincing round there after losing the first pick. They've got a double orb setup, Shazam and Stanislaw. Joined by the Orgs of Ricky and Def, it's nothing. Bring out the rear with the M4. Everyone's fragging, no one's really dropped off on the server at all. No one expected much from compLexity, but here they are. Third map. 1 and 2 right now, looking to make that 2-2, knock FaZe out of the tournament. FaZe with the exact same objective in mind, but they should have really been expecting a 2-0 here. But either way, they get the result, that's all they need. Flash goes over, Guardian ready for it. 3 players towards long on the CT side. Nothing too fast coming in from FaZe just yet.
Stan just waiting it out. Smokes leave vision above. The Guardian also watching the same position is creeping in, and with each and every step ready to fire the trigger. With each and every step clearing off the angle, meaning that they can't get the op back onto it. Stan doesn't want to. He's gone over toward the B site instead, as Nico climbs himself back up onto Catwalk. 2 at long. If they at least win that, they can play retake. Shazam's gonna have to be perfect. So that's coming already. You can hear the Molotov.
He'll have to fall back. It's a nice approach we're seeing more teams use these days. Instead of flashing in, hoping you hit the shot, use the Molotov, they're definitely going to fall back off that corner.
They haven't committed to this either. Stan's halfway up the B tunnel with the AWP. That's so much information for him. And Olaf's going to rotate out of that and around. I think Stan may have even heard that if he was close enough. So 2 players, again, Nothing and Ricky, holding at the Longclave, will now have Olaf join Adren to battle for that position, and an important one it will be in the post plant. Shazam still has the most amount of pressure applied. Counter Molotov and smoke. Def, he's watching through the doors to see if they drop into CT. Doors at B though, that is, and he's got a long way to travel. Good corner smoke. Rain's gonna get inside and Shazam's forced away. Olaf was waiting. They thought, great reactions, that they'd won long, that they'd done enough. A single player foils all plans, and Rain just waits. From a dark cloud will come Rain, but it's got covered off by Shazam. He's got the AWP in position. Guardian, he's got the angle. Shazam down, follow up. Ricky's gone as well. Still though a 2-on-2 and 2 HP for Guardian. Still in a good position. Wide angle misses the shot. Def's got it back. Nico, ball to do. Ball planted for him. Good damage on the first. Can't follow it. So close to getting the kill on Stan. He's still alive on 8. Remember, he has the AWP, so that may not matter. They're going to get on top of this immediately. And he just wants to hold it. They're on it to smoke. Can't find it. He can't locate it, and compLexity wins it out. 13-12. We're back to within 1.
Oh, this is what it's all about. Those close, nail-biting rounds. It looked like Nico did enough damage to that player in CT spawn, but not quite. One more bullet would have secured the round. Stan manages to avoid certain death there. And shout out to Shazam as well. The shots he was hitting there are remarkable. Decided to fall back off the short approach. Guardian comes to life as well. Hits 2 show-stopping shots, but there we are. 13-12. Bomb planted. Still plenty of money. This time Guardian with the long spawn. He's definitely going to take this and try and challenge the corner. Always exciting when the Orbits get stuck into this one. Doesn't quite hit it. Doesn't take any damage though, so that's fine. 13-12.
This is one of the games of the tournament so far, considering the stakes, considering it would be one of the biggest upsets yet, and it would mean FaZe going home. It also means, and we touched on this earlier, the only player to be a legend in every single major to date, Olaf Meister, would lose that status. It'll be the first time you won't make the top 8.
Nico just inspecting middle off the flashbang here. FaZe have looked so clinical, but compLexity arrived just in the nick of time here. A lot of close rounds, 2v1s. And Nico certainly could have closed them out. Same Molotov to push Yorpa back, this time not present.
Rain waits down below. It's the nade that comes up. Doesn't do much onto him. Sits with 93 in the corner of Cats. Guardian with the bomb. He'll toss that upward so Olaf can hold it. He and Adren are actually going to span out. Looks like potentially even pick at B. With him going over there now, at this point, 38 seconds. Bomb still in mid. I get the suspicion that this will be a drop. This might be the play in which they go down towards CT, wrap back on middle, and nothing is going to have to read this. Flash already in hand for Rain. Pops it, drops it, nothing, looks away, looks back, finds it. He's foiled the plan so far. They still haven't got out mid either, and Nico's the next in line. Bomb's down. They read it perfectly. Stan gets both Nico. He might find Shazam, but the bomb's dropped 15 seconds, and it's dropped in a position where it's not going to be recovered or planted.
Well read by you and compLexity.
Thank you very much.
You saw it building up. I'm proud of you.
You've taught me so well.
No, that was actually very nice. A common approach, though. We see it a lot on the T side. You get that short control, set up a B split, flash someone in, try and get them down towards CT spawn. Just your teammates commit there. Rain gets caught in a grade screen, though, and nothing's waiting for it. Dodges the flashbang, takes him down. And at that point, it's Stanislaw who managed to get a flurry of frags towards middle. We're all tied up, 13-13. Money finally starting to be drained here. And that's one of the most difficult angles to face at a CT in CSGO. It's such a daunting prospect. You could have Terra's Xbox towards short, orb stopper middle. He's got the M4 in hand and just finding headshot after headshot. Really impressive stuff there. compLexity go down to just a single orb setup for now. Shazam with 12. Hasn't had the same success he's found throughout this tournament. It's been down to those numbers for a while now. But the fact they've tied it up, they still arrive here. Up against Guardian, they both miss.
Shazam, worth noting, only on 12 kills. So that op hasn't really got momentum yet on this CT side. And I say yet, we're almost done it. We're to the end, 27th round. Guardian wants to go out. Again, he's the one that gets the angle. So if they re-peek this, have to be so careful, Shazam. Shazam lost his vision. Held his nerve. He thought they weren't going to get to him that quickly. He thought he could stay there because he didn't want to lose his footing and be pushed further back, but it costs him in the end.
Brave move from Nico. One flash. Takes the AWPer down. Fantastic pick. Still plenty of time here. 50 seconds remain. We know they've got that execution, but it's the same setup towards long from the CTs. That's going to be Nothing and Ricky playing off each other. Nothing turning away from the flashbangs.
Difference being that Shazam's gone. He had the op at long last time to hit the shot on Olaf. It's Stan on the ramp instead with just the rifle, and they're not going to play as committed. 3 on A. Def's got so much information on B, and now the confirmed hits. Nothing's one out against Adren. Again, Olaf still waits. This time they seem ready for it. They're still watching that position. Meanwhile, as they get Olaf, it's the site itself. Look at the HP. You pointed out there's 10 combined, 5 on each. In what is now a 2-on-2 bomb planted. They want to get aggressive. They know they have to hit the shot. They do. They catch Def in the head, but it's through the edge of the stairs, and he scopes in on the AUG to make no mistake that he finds Rain. Guardian with it all on 5. Molotov down. He can't afford to get hit. Not one tick, and he does. It's going to be compLexity back in the lead at 14-13.
That's such a massive round. They've actually made it work. It's the exact same execution. You could see Nothing and Ricky recognizing it. They weren't leaving long. They know on that procedure, 2 FaZe players come out of that position. They managed to find the frags, and it buys enough time for the CT on the bomb site to actually do some damage there. So much HE damage coming through. Here's Nothing. Let's have a look at what he did. Took down Adren as well. Such confident peaks. Rain and Guardian did what they could, and now compLexity have the lead on Dust 2. Money finally at a point will be broken for FaZe. It's taken so long. They have now won 4 rounds in a row, but FaZe keep planting bombs, saving weapons.
And that's the thing with the T side and with the bomb. If you have that much money built up, by the time you're broken, it's back again. You've got the bonus. So this will be, if they lose this, the full bonus. And they've got to buy now, so they'll presumably buy in. Well, they will buy in the next because it'll be 15 rounds. They'll force, but they'll have enough to do it.
The mental fortitude of compLexity.
I'm impressed. I really am.
It's crazy. FaZe looking as sharp as they were in the first 8 rounds or so of this half. Didn't look like any team could stop them. Every shot was perfect. The coordination was on point. But now, running similar strategies. compLexity are catching on. Stanislaus showing up and hitting absolutely everything. They've got back to the double orbs now. Shazam and Stan looking to close this out. One more round to find match point here. It's a fast approach from FaZe as they start to head towards middle. Stan has been struggling with this spot. Drops the incendiary that denies Nico any sort of presence towards the mid doors now.
Nico's taking a tick of damage, but he knows they've been playing on that corner.
He's wrecking Stan. Well, whoever's AWPing middle, he seems to find the shot.
Yeah, they have switched it up. That's a good point. It is worthy of note. With the primary AWP and not running a dual AWP setup. Shazam goes there at times. Stan has on the AWP as well, but this time he's down already. Nico just drops off mid. Looks like they'll try and get up toward Catwalk.
Money's super low for compLexity. You'd think after winning so many rounds, they'd be comfortable now. If FaZe win this, not only is it 14-14, compLexity might have to eco for the final round. It's all on the line now. It's not the same execution. Notice no one towards long. They're just going to commit their numbers towards short. Shazam, decent incendiary. Should buy him a little bit of time, but nothing has been dropped. Shazam needs to perform here.
He's blind. He's so blind. We're already on the ramp. He's aware of it. Sees the AK. Hits the hand. That's not an easy shot. And he knows they're going to be working up. He hit a Dren. It was through the box. He put him down to 13. But Guardian got the kill that matters most. And it's Ricky to try and strike along. They know where he is. Smoke's still down. He wants to fade inside of it. He wants to disappear. At this moment, he wants to disappear completely and be invisible, but it's not going to work out. A Dren's got a Death's got a save. It's 14-14. You mentioned it. Money gone.
Yeah. In a real horrible state now, compLexity will find themselves in one of the penultimate rounds. Well, they're going to have to take an eco here. Death will save the AUG. But they're going to get $1,400 per player. There is force around it. Go for it. I'll take a full eco and see if they can take us to overtime.
Overtime might be the call. It's unbelievable that they would be put in another situation on elimination in overtime. They've been there before in this tournament.
Oh, yes. So the timeout will be called. They have 3K on Shazam, 1,400 or nothing and Stan. Def could drop an SMG or a FAMAS. It's really quite tight over there. If they force by this, it could be GG's. They'll have absolutely nothing for the final round. FAMAS has come out. It looks like they're going for it. Def dropped it. Scouts, AUGs, FAMASes. It really does come down to this moment.
They've done so well to pull back into this. And yet, that's only half the battle.
They've got to dig so deep now.
They've put a lot of pressure on themselves with this buy.
Yeah.
They've put so much pressure on themselves. But maybe they're reveling in it. Maybe they like being in this underdog role. Maybe they want the challenge. Stan, he's going to have a challenge getting across mid. Smoke down to enable him to do so. Mid picks haven't been a problem in this game. We haven't seen anyone die there yet. We've seen a few tags. That's about it. Olaf Smoke. Remember last time? Nothing got on the other side of it. And it's the same here. Ricky's behind Olaf. He's realized it. It's twice that smoke's worked in their favor for the same reasons. Nothing gets one kill, but he's removed. And the advantage firmly with FaZe. But look at Death. Oh, goodness me. This could be huge. Look, he still finds it. He still gets away with one, and he's not dropped in return. He'll smoke himself into the cave. He's locked them. He's locked them off the map. Nico's the only one not there, and Stan's going to go aggressive. He's going to put the nade into the corner, but he's got to get the spray in. So much damage flashing out. He's got to get away. Nico's trying to do battle with Stanislaus, who couldn't get the information, couldn't get the angle, and that means Death has to get back.
They've actually got it to an equal situation. Olaf Meister's 3 HP. Death holds towards the T-spawn area now as Nico is such a menace in this position. He gets one. Can he find the second? Oh my goodness. It's the AK-47 that gets him into a 3 versus 1. Def did such a good job to even give him a chance here. He gets all the way towards the long doors. They suspected at the last second. He gets Rain. It's Olaf Meister to 3, but that's going to be the round. They will have nothing in round 30. Maybe this AUG. That's about it. They're going to get $1,900 per player. That's enough for a Deagle and armor. That's about it. A Scouts, perhaps. Looks like FaZe might have done this.
You got to look at the timing of that as well. They took a shot at Nico through the door. They thought that was enough to hold him off, and then he pushes through at the exact moment the second player. Look towards CT. That meant he couldn't recover it in time. If they were both there, even the pistols, you'd think that's a trade, and then it's a gun. And then you rush back down Catwalk. You might get there before the bomb, and you suddenly have the round. potential for the round. You said it, there's nothing to work with for compLexity. FaZe, they might just scrape, they might just narrowly get by.
Def can drop off a mass. That's about as good as it gets. Nothing with 2K. This was the play, though. If Nico got traded out there, it could have been enough. He's been bullying CTs in that mid-door position. Every single time he lands the headshot, he's playing out of his mind right now. 27 kills, 16 deaths. This is the Nico show. Finally, we're seeing it. There are 3 players on the FaZe side with 20+ kills right now. That's Rain, Adren, and Nico. The buy coming through, you can see it on the right-hand side of your screen. All or nothing now. FaZe need 1 to knock compLexity out of the tournament, and it's compLexity who have to somehow make this work just to take us to overtime. What is the play?
What is the play? Pulling ends.
Go low.
Get that shot and gun out and rush lower B like Alu this morning.
I don't know. It's very unlikely they do this.
Close smoke. It's the first time they've thrown the close smoke, so they go for the quick cross rather than the backside. Maybe trying to convince them they got into lower. Does Nico consider that? He is looking toward the stairwell. Nothing has gone to B. But look at Shazam. He's the one that really matters now. He's the one that's looking for the aggressive pick. Scout to do it with. Headshot angle. So you're either going to hit it or you're not. It's as simple as that. And I think a flash from top mid might make it easy for Nico around that corner. There it is. And he's got it. Shazam gone. Red to perfection.
What can you do? He's just hitting every shot with pixel perfect precision so far. It's a 5-on-4. Shazam connected the shot. Takes him down to 29, but they've got long control now. This is FaZe's round to lose.
There's a Def's round to win.
Potentially. He's the only one with a rifle here. They can't just sit back and let them have full control, though. Someone has to find a play.
Guardian working out for the pit. 2 players on the wall. He'll protect. He will literally live up to his name. He'll watch with the AWP. But a flash in. Flash in now behind the smoke. They've run into each other. Rain's got it. Adren follows it up, and it is Def. It is Def on the site. The rifle's gone. And I think compLexity are from this event as well. It's been an absolutely incredible performance. They've upset everyone at every turn to get this far. To take down Energy. To put FaZe against the wall. To do it with this man, nothing in a temporary stand-in position. He's not done. He's got Nico down. Bombs planted, but they're ready for him. Guardian confirms it. FaZe, they narrowly scrape by. They've got concerns for tomorrow because they're not yet in the top 8.
Very different scenes in the crowd compared to the booth for FaZe. A hollow victory at best for them. They're not looking dangerous enough right now to take the championship, but at least they have time now to work on the future. They'll have to play again tomorrow, but